Hello. Okay. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to train tonight on the videos I've been watching, which you're more than welcome to watch them. They're both an hour long, so you can get like more into detail of what we're talking about tonight. But it's the training that the Wilkins do. So Jared and Portia Wilkins, they enrolled Nina Moore, and their team went presidential in 60 days. So that's the fastest I think anybody's done it in the whole company. Something that they explain very well is the compensation plan. So that goes into detail on the video. You can watch it. It's like an hour long. Taina put it in our group chat yesterday, but if you need that, let me know. I can send you the link. You can watch it at your leisure. But basically, this team, they came into It Works last year and they went presidential in 60 days. But I want you to know that they have 16 years of experience in the industry. So what they made in It Works in 2 months, they were at other companies for a decade, and I think 6 years was the other one, for them to make the same amount of money, which shows how amazing our compensation plan is, because obviously they were in other companies. So Jared goes into detail in the video, and basically he said that his first 6 years in network marketing, he didn't really make a lot of money because he had a full-time job he was working at too, and he was just doing this part-time. So he was just supplementing his income. He wasn't making full-time income because he had a full-time job he was going to. But one day he came into work and they told him that they were downsizing his whole company. So that was like 70% of the company was gone, and he didn't have a job. And he applied for something else with Shell company, and they told him, if you pass the background check and the credit check, then you're going to make about 36,000, I think they said in the video, 35, 36, 32,000, 30 plus thousand dollars a year working for us. So he passed the background check with flying colors, but he did not pass the credit check because they didn't have good credit. So what ended up happening is he decided to go back to network marketing. He found a company that he, at the time was the best company for them. And they came into that company, and his first year in that company, he made over $100,000 that year. I think he said $117,000 that year. This is how he trains his team. This is what he teaches the people on his team to do. And this is why there are so many diamonds, double diamonds, triple diamonds on their team. This is what they're doing. It's not that different from what we're doing, you guys. It's just more. That's it. They're just doing it more. So the reason I want to do this training is because I know all of you have the goal of being diamond before this year ends. So in order to maximize the compensation plan for all of you at that rank, to then benefit from being at that rank, and the way that the compensation plan opens up at that rank, you need to be in the habit of doing this. And you need to be in the habit of teaching the new people that come into your business to do this. So we all have to make a bit of an adjustment. It's not a big one. We're doing most of it. We just have to do a little more. Okay, so that's what I want to do the training on tonight. I don't want to keep it too long. I know it's Friday. Like, people have things they have to get back to, family, all that stuff. So me too. I left mine in the middle of eating to come and do this for you guys because it's that important. And I want us to make sure we have people on the online party tomorrow. Okay, let's have a big audience, because we're going to close your customers for you and your distributors on that event. So make sure you've invited a lot of people. And they also have a video all about inviting people so that they actually show up. And I didn't get a chance to finish listening to that before I came on here, but I'm happy to send it to you guys so you can listen to it too and see like where can I do this better? Like what part am I getting good? What part should I do better? So I can send you all those videos that all this training is based on. But I really want to emphasize to you guys, the reason that we're changing things is to your benefit. I don't want you guys to reach the rank of diamond and not maximize the compensation plan at that rank. There's no point in you getting there if you're not duplicating, because you double, triple, quadruple your check as a diamond because your organization is duplicating. So we have to get into that habit, and we have to teach everybody that's new to get into that habit. And remember, you as leaders, you set the bar for your team. So whatever you do, that's what they're going to do. So if some of this is like, I don't know if I want to do that, I'd rather you just try it and figure out it doesn't work for you than miss out on all this money that you could be making, right? Because at the end of the day, that's why we're here. That's why we started business, is because we want to change our life. We want to change our circumstances, and we want to help other people do the same thing. So if it's not working and happening for us, how are we going to teach that? So that's the reason of this whole training tonight, okay? So please, like, don't take offense to anything. Don't think that you're doing something wrong, because you're not, okay? We're always here learning and growing. And the reason these kinds of things happen is because this is the next step everyone's supposed to be taking. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start with this. You're probably going to want to get a pen and a piece of paper out. Okay. That day, I think we're probably going to have to make at least a post with this information, or maybe another video with this information. There's two parts to it. There is how you start your newbie, step 1, 2, 3, and then the 4-step system that everybody should be doing because they're promoting to the rank of ruby to diamond. We're skipping emerald. We're going ruby. We're running for ruby to go to diamond, okay? Emeralds, take it out of your vocabulary. Why are we sitting there? That's a waste of time. And you're not getting paid the way that you could be at diamond. So I think everybody's like ready to take that track right now. And I think you're all like tired of staying in the same place, and you're open to this change. So that's why I'm presenting it to you. And some of this is like stuff I have to change too, okay? So like we're all making changes together. So the first step is, when you enroll a new distributor, they need to start with product. I know some of you are like just getting your feet wet with enrolling distributors, like you're just getting your confidence with it, and it terrifies you right now that I'm telling you that they need to start with product. I started with product. I was told I had to start with product. I was told that the kit came with product, but it was not enough for my own personal results, and I needed to boost my kit. So that's what I did. I boosted my kit. So think about that for a minute. Some of you guys, I've made like some major mistakes with, and you guys didn't enroll with products because I was scared to ask you. Obviously, that didn't work out very well, right? Right? Because it took me like a really long time to go diamond. So I don't want it to take a really long time for any of you guys to go diamond. I want you guys to go diamond in the next 60 to 90 days before the year ends. So let me tell you why you want to have someone that comes into your business start with product. Because they're starting a business, okay? They're not buying a lottery ticket. They're not buying a kit with samples. If they want to do that, make them a customer, okay? If they're not willing to invest in the fact that they said yes to a business, they're not ready to be business owners, and they're better off being your customer, because you need customers too. So don't be afraid to offer that switch and say, you know what? It doesn't sound to me like you really want to do a business. It sounds to me like you want to use the products at a discount. Let's hook you up with the Loyal Customer Program. It's wonderful. Let's get you started with some things that are going to help you with your goal. Okay? You cannot be afraid to say that. You cannot be afraid to say that. If any of you guys in here have owned a business before, you know that having a business requires overhead. It requires investment. If you went to go buy a franchise of Starbucks, it would cost you $20,000 to just buy it. You wouldn't have coffee, you wouldn't have employees, you wouldn't have the light bill paid, you wouldn't have anything to actually run your business. This is just to start. So put that into consideration. Asking somebody to spend $100 on themselves for their own result, for them to have product to sample, for them to have product to make sample cash with. Everyone on this team is great at making sample cash. You know how beneficial that is when you're first starting. It's like your bread and butter. It's still my bread and butter to this day. 5 years later, I still make sample cash. And guess what? That pays for like extra stuff that is not coming out of my commission. So don't you want to set that person that comes into your business with that kind of success? Yes, you do. And guess what? You're going to recruit somebody like me because I came in and I boosted my starter kit because I understood that concept. If I want to start a business, I need to have product. I need to have product for the business. So you don't start a business without product. You need to sample product and you need to use the product yourself to get the best results. Okay? They start off the person on their team with either 100 BV boost, a 400 BV boost, or 1,000 BV boost. It depends how much money they want to make monthly in their business. So depending on what the person wants to make, that's what you offer them. They talk about keto coffee, keto energy, the greens, the collagen, the wraps, Thermophyte X, and Fat Fighter, because those are our top selling products. So that's what they talk about, and they figure out what's going to work best for this person. What kind of results do they want to get? Because you guys know when you come into this business, people are going to want to use what you're using. They're going to want to see the results that they're seeing with you. So that's what you want to have. And you don't want to run out of product. All of you guys on here have run out of product and been in a panic because you ran out of product, because it kept you from continuing to run your business at the pace that you wanted it to grow at. So you guys know what that feels like. So don't set up someone new coming into your business to fail. Tell them this is a business. You need to start with product. You need to boost your kit, because in all reality, it's 7 days of what they get. That's nothing. That doesn't really that's going to make them $113 at the very best. But other than that, they're not going to know anything about our products. They're not going to have any kind of results. There's just, why are you just telling them to sign up with a kit? Plus, we don't get paid for them to just sign up with a kit. We don't. We get paid when they get paid. So you want them to have the means to sign up their customers right away, and for them to be eligible for fast start bonuses and their shopping spree right away. If they don't have product to start with, how are they going to do that? The last person that I enrolled, when did I enroll her? I enrolled her, I think, right before the month ended. Yeah. I asked her, I knew she was dead broke, okay? She couldn't even sign up for the 99. I gave her the coupon, and I've known this girl for a couple years, okay? And she told me, personally, what's going on in her house. Broker than freaking broke, okay? And I said to her, you need to start with product. You need to order something besides what's in the kit, okay? Because you can't just come in and wait for your kit. Those kits have gone on back order. People have been waiting for them. There's a buttload of people starting in our company because of these coupon codes, and they're waiting over a week for their kit. But if they order another product additionally, they're going to get that quick. They're not going to need to wait for their kit to start their business. That's another advantage of telling them that they need to start with product. Okay? So this girl, she ordered an extra bag of wraps. Guess what? She's already wrapped for the second time. Guess what? She's already done Instagram live videos twice. Guess what? She's already making her list. Guess what? She's already going to have a party. Like, setting her up for success, okay, starts with them being a product of the product. I hope you understand that point. Okay, you can ask them if they have a budget, but know that their budget is based on their belief. So if they have a budget to start a business, it's because they don't believe in the success that they can have with the business yet. How do we change that mindset? They need to use the product. Again, goes back to the product. When they use the product and they know that the product works, they're going to have no problem offering it to other people. Absolutely none. So they're going to sign up their customers, no problem. They're going to bring people into the business, no problem, because they have the experience of trying it themselves. Okay, I'm going to go back and use myself as an example. The reason I said yes to this business, the very first exposure I had at an in-home party, was because I tried the product. I had a wrap on me for 45 minutes. I took it off. I looked at my before and after picture. I was like, this works. People are going to want this. I'm going to sign up to do this. I didn't think about it. My enroller didn't have to follow up with me 80 times. Like, I told her this is the day I get paid. She called me on that day. I signed up. I maxed out my credit card. I boosted my kit. Guess what? When that stuff came to my house, I already had people I was selling it to because I needed to pay that back to my pocket. I did not have the money to start up. So that's another thing. When somebody has skin in the game, they start the business, they have something that they have to give back to themselves for the investment, they're going to produce results. They're not going to sit around and wait. And we don't want anyone sitting around and waiting that starts in the business with you. We don't have that kind of time. We don't. Okay? All right. Hope I made that point very clear. Okay. They also said, never buy into the mentality that somebody is broke. People that are broke buy expensive shit all the time. Pardon my French. They do. They spend money on their hair. They spend money on speakers for their car. Whatever they're into, they somehow find the way to make the money or find the money to spend on something that they want. So when somebody tells you they're broke, they just don't see the value in what you're offering them, is the reality. So you need to ask some questions and like figure out why they're giving you that answer. And it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So it's often other things that are happening. So please keep that in mind when you're talking to somebody about the business or you're bringing them into the business. All right. Second step. All these steps are tied together and there's a reason for this, okay, which I will tell you at the end of the third step. Second step is they enroll 4 loyal customers in 30 days. When they enroll their 4 loyal customers in 30 days, 2 things happen. 1, they are Fast Start qualified. That means they are eligible for earning $100 Fast Start bonuses. As soon as they get their second customer and they're commission qualified, they're eligible for that $100 bonus, just like all of us are. So you want to set up your new person for success. You want them to have that ability to make that $100 right away, right? Because we all know how much that $100 means when you're getting started for the first time. It's very meaningful. The second thing that happens is they get their $100 shopping spree, which then they can turn around and make sample cash with. That's what I did with it. I didn't keep it and get results for me. Like, no, I turned that right around. I made cash with it because you guys, I told you, I was broke when I started this business. I could not afford to run my auto ship. I had to pay myself back for maxing out my credit card with my kit and my boosting products with my personal results. I got appointments out of those results. And then with that shopping spree, we had only wraps at the time. So guess what? I went out and wrapped everybody and their mother. The first party I had, I didn't know anybody in the room. It was my husband that got me that party, his coworkers that had just had babies and they wanted to try the wraps. So guess what I did at that party? I got more parties. I asked their friends. I asked their family. I didn't even know anybody. I didn't know a lot of people that came into my business. I just took one step after the other and I kept going, because I had to pay myself back and I needed to have money for that auto ship so that I could continue to run my business. So that's what I did with it. And if you teach every single person that comes into your business to do that, you will be successful. You will hit your rank that you want to hit. You will make the income that you want to make. That's how our compensation plan is designed. Okay? They give the challenge of their new distributors coming in to sign up those first 2 loyal customers in 24 hours. They give them 24 hours to do it. That's it. 24 hours. Call your mom, call your sister. What are they getting started on? They live in the same house? Okay, let's put room 2 in the second line of the address so it counts as a second loyal customer. That's literally what they do, you guys. Our company, just so you know, brings in 2 million customers a year. 2 million brand new customers a year. This is the maximum part of our compensation plan, is because of customers. We get paid every month because of customers. Other companies don't get paid like us. So you have to have new customers coming into your business every single month. That's a habit we all have to create. There's no reason on this team with as much information as we have for us not to be able to do that. We all have the ability to do that. Everybody on this team is super duper yellow. You are all really good at making friends and connecting with people. You should definitely be bringing in customers every month. And most of you do. Most of you do it every single month, no problem. So I know that there's talent on this team and we can get it done. Okay, number 3, Ruby. Our business loves speed. If you tell yourself you're going to go Ruby this month, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. If you go out the door and you're like, the light's green, I'm going, you're going to go get it. Okay, so it starts here, and then this goes into your actions. And as long as you're taking action every day, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but you have to know it's going to happen. You have to tell yourself it's going to happen. Like I said before, most of the people in my business, all of you guys on this screen, with the exception of Alicia, I did not know you before this business. I met you through Facebook. I met Mary at an event that I did in Ventura. So don't be afraid that you don't know people, because that's going to come. You're going to meet people in all kinds of different ways. Just pay attention to what's going on. Get yourself out there. Leave it in God's hands. Step out your door and say, God, I know you're going to give me what I need every day, because you never let me down. I'm doing the work. I know you're going to come through for me. So I'm going to go out the door and I'm going to open my eyes, I'm going to open my ears and see where these people are going to come from. I'm just going to pay attention to what's going on. If you have that kind of attitude every day, you're going to meet lots of people. On social media and when you're just going around in life, have your Blitz cards in your purse. Make that a habit. Always be ready. Always have coffee in your purse. Always have a sample pack in your purse. Always have a Blitz card. Always have a wrap. Be ready, because people will start walking up to you and asking you for it. When I started being ready and I had that stuff in my purse, people started walking up to me and asking me for it. I have a magnet on my car too. Randomly, because I had that attitude. I'm open. I'm open, God. You just direct me. Where am I going? Who am I talking to? Tell me. And I went. And I still do that to this day. Okay, so those are the 3 steps that you set up for the brand new person coming into your business. Do you understand how those are all connected and why they make that person successful right off the bat? We don't need to wait. There's no point. Waiting is a waste of your time. So if we do that, start them off with product. Help them enroll their first 4 loyal customers. Tell them 24 hours your first 2. Now, if they come back to you and they say, gosh, I couldn't I couldn't do it. Or I guarantee you they tried to. I guarantee you they're going to go out and like talk to 20 people and be like, I talked to this person, this person, this person, and now what do I do? So hey, even if they don't do it in 24 hours, they're still going to go really far in that first day in their business. And that's what you want. You want them excited. You want them going. You want them running with you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the 4-step system. So they said that this is what they do when somebody on their team wants to promote. Okay? When somebody on their team comes to them, they say, Jared, Portia, I want to promote. I want to go Ruby. Or I'm Ruby, I want to go Diamond. They say, okay, are you doing 1, 2, and 3 with the new people that are coming into your business? Because if you're doing 1, 2, and 3, you're going to get there. No problem. And then the second thing they do is you have to make sure you're doing the 4 steps of our team system. So this is now their team system of what they do when people on their team want to promote. Okay? First step, be a product of the product. We all know that, right? We've heard that a million times. Be a product of the product. Most of you are. Most of you use the product. Most of you post your results. Most of you talk about it on live. So I don't think that's an issue at all here on this team. Second part of that is set up your auto ship for 80 BV, 80 business volume, bonus volume, whatever you want to call it. Why? Because if you're not doing that and you're bringing in a team, your team's not going to do that. And guess how much money you're going to miss out on? Let me get out the calculator for you. You're setting up your auto ship at 80 BV, right, to be commission qualified every single month. Let's say 30 people come into your business. And they're all doing it too. That's 2,400 in volume that's coming into your organization just for everybody running their auto ship like they should be doing. That is an entire Ruby. Do you guys understand how important this step is now? That's a brand new Ruby from nothing. I'm not talking about customers. I'm just talking about people running their auto ship so that they're commission qualified. Imagine on top of that, customers. Imagine these 30 people are running their 80 BV auto ship. Okay, I just picked out the number 30. It's just random. And they're also at 400. So now that volume that I just told you is a Ruby, now it's a double diamond volume, 14,400. Do you see how fast that grows? Do you get why you need to do it? Okay. If you're not doing it right now because budget, you can't afford it, whatever, take your product that you ordered last month or whatever you got around and sell it and make cash with it until you can pay for your auto ship. If that means you have to wait until the 15th because you're going to use this week and these last couple of days to get your sample cash going so you can afford to do that auto ship. If that means you need to make a fast start because you've got somebody in your system, in the system right now, and you just need to fast start them with those 2 customers to make sure they're commission qualified so you could get paid your $100, do whatever you got to do, but run your auto ship. We also get paid on that auto ship. I hope you guys all know for running it. But you cannot go to your team and tell them you need to run an auto ship because that's how you're commission qualified and you're not doing it. You have to do what you're asking your team to do, right? I ran my auto ship when I was making a $50 paycheck, you guys. My very first paycheck with It Works was $50, but I ran an auto ship, even though that was my commission. And guess what? I sold all those wraps. And guess what? I made like $200-300 that first month in cash. Did I care that my commission check was $50? No, I didn't, because I made all my money back and then some. Okay, that was like a bonus. 50 extra bucks is what I looked at it as. So same thing. We have to set them up for success, and we have to set them up for their whole team to have success. So this is a requirement. I know almost everybody on here does that, so that's not really concerning to me. But I just want to tell you why. why it's so important, and why going forward, you want to make sure everybody coming into your business is doing it too, okay? The second thing you want to do, and Jaleesa, we need to do this with your girl that enrolled today, is you want to, within 24 hours, set up a Zoom with your new person that came into your business. And Sylvania, whatever we're doing on Monday with Dennis, I'm going with you. We got to do this too. You have to set up a game plan with them within 24 hours, okay? I'm not perfect. I haven't been doing it this way either. I'm learning stuff right along with you. I'm changing my habits too, okay? Because we're all moving in a new direction, okay? So set up that game plan with them first day, and then this is how you're going to teach them to tap into the people that they already know, which we call, quote unquote, their warm market, okay? Their warm market, most likely they're going to enroll customers from that because it's people they already know. But we're going to teach them to continue to grow their network and make habits in that way of growing their network, because you don't want them to run out of people to talk to, right? So you game plan with them within 24 hours. What is the game plan that you give them? Now we're moving on to step 2. You make them write a list, okay? If you guys don't have a list written down right now of who your leads are, you're missing out on money. That list is money. If you don't have a potentials list, you're not making any money. So I know who's doing it and who's not. I need to ask you, because we all have this in our eSuite. It's called Hundreds List, and it's a list for contacts. It's in your eSuite. You can print it out. Hey, if you don't have a printer at home, that's all right. Grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper and a pen. Make your list that way. I don't care how you do it. I used to, I like lists, so I like doing it this way. But when I first started, I would always print out my steps of success. I still do that. But I would always print out my steps to success every month, and I would write my leads on the back because I'm disorganized and I didn't want to lose it, so I kept it all on the same piece of paper. Okay, so like this is my October steps of success. I would just write it on the back, okay? I'm 5 years in the business. I can't keep my leads on the back of one piece of paper anymore. Now I need a list like this. I need a list like this. So, but if you're starting out, this is good enough, all right? Do that. Do that to keep you organized, keep a notebook, whatever. Just keep that list. And they said 50 potential customers on that list, 50 potential distributors on that list. So total of 100 people. Now you might want to go through your phone, go through your Facebook friends. You can print out that sheet that's also in the Connect app that has those 5 questions. Who do you know that needs more energy? Who do you know that drinks coffee? Those questions. You can use those questions to generate a list. We also have a memory jogger in our eSuite. You can print that out, look at that, start making a list that way. And then they also said 70% of the distributors that join you, no matter what you say to them, they're not going to get to this part. They're not going to make a list. Okay? If they don't make a list, they're not going to sign up their customers. How are they going to keep track of it if they're not making a list? Let's just be real, right? I made a list. I didn't think about it. It's something Bevan asked me to do, and I just did it because I didn't know anything. I had just started. I never did anything like this. She told me to make a list, so I made a list. I printed out this thing from our eSuite. It looked different 5 years ago, and I made a list, and I started putting people on it. She gave me a Ruby chart. She handed me the chart, and she said, put some names on the chart. And so that's what I did. I didn't think about it. I just did it. Okay, so you have to know that somebody new is trusting you to help them be successful. They're not going to question you when you're giving them things that are going to make them successful. So please don't be shy about it. Please don't second guess what we're doing here. Please don't second guess why we're doing it. We know why we're here. And they have to know that they're in good hands and that we're teaching them the right stuff. So let's set them up to do that. Okay. Number 3 is host 4 sip and shares within 30 days. Now that can be an in-home party like this. It could be a one-on-one appointment, or it can be a Zoom presentation, opportunity presentation. All those things count. So today, we're all going to act like we just started in the business and we're all brand new. And I expect you all to fill up my calendar, and I'm doing this too. We're going to set up 4 sip and shares this month. Okay. We already have an online party as a team tomorrow, so that counts as 1. I would like to set up an opportunity Zoom for Sunday, so that should count as 2. So as a team, we'll do 4, but each of us personally should also do 4, especially because we're going for promotions. Okay, so you can do that in person. You can do that, FaceTime with me and have me on, or you can do that however you feel like it. I don't care. Just make sure it's 4 times this month. 4 times. Okay. Number 4 is plug into the system. So that means do 1, 2, 3, 4. What we just talked about. Plug everybody that comes into your business to do this system. If you're doing all these things, there's no way that you can't hit your promotion. Be impossible. If you're doing all of this, you're going to promote. That's just what's going to happen. Okay? If you don't have your enroller near you and they can't come to your party in person, like for example, me and Jaleesa, we live in different states. What they do is they have those 2 videos that we send people that are interested in the business, those 2 videos on visioncarriers.com. The one's 5 minutes and it's an overview of the business, and then the second one is 8 minutes long and it explains the comp plan. If their distributor is out of the state and they can't physically be there, what they do is they have that person explain how It Works came into their life, how they heard about It Works at the sip and share, and they tell the room why they got started. After they do that, they talk about the video. They talk about Portia Wilkins and Jerry Wilkins, how they came into the company, how they were in network marketing before, how they became Presidential Diamond in 60 days, and how their team is growing at a rapid rate. Okay, they're so excited that people are here wanting to join this adventure and know more about it. I'm going to ask you to put away your cell phone. I'm going to ask you to mute your text messages and just give me 13 minutes of your time right now. 13 minutes, that's all I need. And then they sit down and they play the 5-minute video. They play the 8-minute video. Make sure everybody's paying attention and watching. And then when the videos are done, they hand forms to everybody. They hand distributor forms and loyal customer forms to every single person in the room, and a pen. They don't answer questions in front of the whole room. They go to each person and they answer questions individually. Okay? Every single person. Now, if we're doing this on Zoom, that's going to look a little bit different. But if we're doing this on Zoom, Jaleesa can still have the form to hand to the person with the pen and the distributor form and the customer form. Okay, what did you decide? Do you want to save money with us and become a customer, or do you want to make money and also use the products at a discount and be a distributor? And then you have that conversation with every single person there. And that's what they do. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's how they grew to Presidential Diamond in 60 days. Multiple diamonds, multiple triples, multiple doubles, multiple Presidential Diamonds on their team. That's what they did. So Jared Wilkins has a video on YouTube all about inviting somebody to an event and a Zoom and an opportunity meeting, all those things. So I'm going to stop this recording.